and welcome to Better Call Sukan. Woo! Better Call Sukan adalah sebuah podcast di mana kita membincangkan tentang pelbagai-bagai jenis sukan. I'm your host, Arif Daniel. Hello everybody, apa khabar with my partner today? Saya sentiasa tak berseorangan. I have with me, who are you my boy?
Hi Arif, how are you? I'm Carl.
Carl, apa khabar Carl?
Dah berapa episod dah?
Kita season 2 ni kita going on very strong
Weh, banyak tu.
Yes, and kita sangat berwawasan. Sentiasa nak episod sports yang berbeza. Melompat daripada sini ke sana ke sini, melompat daripada sini.
Memang agak melompat hari ni.
Melompat dah kita. Alright Kal, aku nak tanya kau, sukan apa kita nak sembang pada hari ini?
Dia, kau dah cakap dah tadi, Melompat
dari sini ke sana. So kita melompat lah hari ni.
Tapi the interesting thing is, dia melompat daripada satu sukan kepada sukan lain.
So basically sukan ni dia jumper lah.
Tapi sebelum tu dia ada buat benda lain.
Dia jump start kereta.
Okay. Dia jump wicket.
Wicket? Encik Salman ke ni?
Tak. Mungkin anak buah Encik Salman.
So basically Kal, tanpa buang masa, tolong bagi tahu kepada penonton yang tengah tengok dan also yang listening to us to all the audio platforms, sukan apa and who is our guest for today?
Okay, so we're going to talk about jumping. Tapi dia adalah seorang ex-national player untuk Malaysian cricket. Welcome to the show, Harinder.
Harinder. Yes. Hello Harinder. So Kal cakap you are ex-national athlete for cricket and now you are jumper.
Yeah, correct.
Betul?
Correct.
So welcome to the show, Harinder.
Thanks guys. You can call me Harin by the way.
Harin, okay.
Saya sembang Harin je.
Harin, short.
Harin.
Yeah.
Harin.
Alright. So Harin, you are now, what do we like, orang know you as what? Cricket player ke, or like ex-cricket player ke, or jumper ke, world record holder ke? Macam mana tu?
100% a jumper.
100% a jumper
Yeah.
Okay, nanti kita akan tahu macam mana transition tu bergerak ni semua. Before recording tadi aku tanya dia dari mana. Dia kata daripada sekolah. Aku ingat dia coaching ke tak. Dia cikgu juga. Dia cikgu juga. So macam-macam dia buat ni. Dia memang melompat ke sini dan ke sana lah.
Jom kita melompat pada cerita dia.
Before anything, we were just want to ask you how. Okay, you said you were into cricket and all this. Maybe you can share about that. But before anything pun, kita nak tanya your sporting journey daripada kecil, from small until like
5 minutes ago.
Yeah. How do you know and love about sports, and what sport you suka minat dulu? Quite weird from to cricket kan. Selalu orang mula dari kecil bangun membesar dengan bola or badminton.
Yeah,
and
true.
How did it happen? Do you want to share to us?
I think just as a young boy, I was very active, very sporty.
Okay.
My mom and dad are also very, very sporty.
Okay.
My sisters, I'm the youngest. I got 3 sisters older than me. They're all quite sporty as well. And I just loved it, man. I loved picking up any racket or bat or kicking any ball and just running out in the field and just anything that I could do sports-wise or to play. I just did it as a kid. And I loved sports day at school, running 100 meters, 800 meters and things like that as well. And since I was in a sekolah antarabangsa,
Okay.
I had a lot of friends from India. So those guys really got me into cricket.
Which international school?
Mars International School I work in Shah Alam, but I studied in the PJ one.
You were in the Mars International in PJ?
Yeah.
Near my house. Near every day. Okay. So basically, over there got cricket place ke?
We used to go to PJ Club to play cricket. Yeah. So we joined this club and then we go there for training every Saturday, and that's how I got into cricket.
I see. So like you during high school days, you play just main je. I mean, is it high school or primary school then too?
When I got into cricket, I was already in about form 2, form 3.
But before that, what type of sports?
Nothing. I just played everything.
Play everything lah.
So all the sports lah.
Yeah, like if someone brought a football to school, we were playing football. If someone brought a basketball to school, we were playing basketball.
Nice. True sportsman.
Tapi from sekolah rendah to menengah, memang you were in Mars lah.
I was in Mars, yeah.
I see. Throughout. I see. Tapi you memang Malaysian kan?
Oh, I'm Malaysian.
Yeah.
Of course lah.
Kita nak double check je. So basically, and then you started to learn cricket.
Yeah.
Why cricket tiba-tiba? Because just of friends ke?
Right.
Peer pressure ke? Macam mana tu?
The thing is that there's just this specific weekend I went to stay over at my friend's house, and
Okay.
they're from India.
Okay.
And he had like 2-3 brothers, and they're all just cricket crazy.
Okay.
So on a Friday, I went back to there, stayed over. Suddenly on Saturday morning, their father was like, "Hey guys, you all have a cricket match. I totally forgot about it. Wake up, get ready, let's go." And I was just there in the house like, what do I do? Like, I'm just about 12, you know what I mean? Like, do I go? Do I call my mom? He's like, we got no time. You're coming with us. Your mom can go and pick you up over there or something. I think at this time, this particular game was at a place called Club Aman.
Aman.
Club Aman, yeah.
Okay.
And so we went there, and the coach was like, "We're one player short," and their dad was like, "He can play," and you know, like looking like this Indian kid, like whatever. The coach was just like, "Oh, okay, great," and I had never played cricket at that point.
Okay.
So I was friends with them, stayed over the house and everything, but it's only after this that I got into cricket. So like I batted last, I bowled a couple of balls. I remember I scored 4 runs.
In your debut?
In that game, yeah. Like proper debut. I'd never even held the ball or touched the bat before. And I was about 12 or 13 on that day.
Bapak style.
And then the coach was really nice. He was like, "Oh, come for our trainings every Sunday or something." And that's how I got into
The cricket lah.
into cricket. Yeah.
Since 12 years old.
Yeah. Then it was like training every weekend, then Slango under 15, then like Slango senior team, and then you know like so sort of just went up from there.
Okay, was it tough to be a cricket player? Ke sebenarnya quite senang because memang diorang sentiasa tak cukup orang dalam team?
Right. I think at that time, cricket was it was managed in a way where there was a lot of kids, a lot of talented kids as well.
Okay.
And it was tough. It was tough. You can't. No one walks into a team. I would say it was quite tough. There's competition.
No one, but you did.
After a tough path.
I see. Okay. So how was the challenge then? Can you share with us the cricket punya journey before we enter?
I mean, when I started cricket or even now as a jumper, like anything that I do or did, I took it on with like 1,000% like passion and grit kind of thing. So I was just full on in cricket. It's just all I was watching, all I was talking about. So sort of moving up the stage from like, you know, state or then senior team and then like into the national pool and then represent Malaysia and things like that. It was tough, but I sort of just took it on as like, this is how it's supposed to be anyway. Like it's not going to be easy. So all these passages that you go through was just this is a passage, I got to get through that. Or this the next block, got to get through that. So that was how cricket was for me.
Okay. So after that, you played cricket until university or?
No, I played cricket until I was 28, 29. 28, 29 like that, yeah.
Okay, so how many years daripada, you said 12, right?
I was at 12, yeah.
Ui, lama tu.
Lama juga.
Lebih 10 tahun, 15 tahun. Kejap tolong aku maths. 15 years lah.
15,
16 kan. Okay, power juga congak aku. So basically 15 to 16 years as cricket. So that time tu you kalau potong luka kayu, you bleed cricket lah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Properly 100%.
Memang cricket boy lah, 100%.
Yeah, because you know, like when you want to be the best at it, you just watch tips and things on YouTube. What are the pros doing? If there's a match today, I want to watch to see how it goes and just things like that. So into it that even like my mom's become a cricket fanatic.
Nice.
Yeah, and my mom, just like me, knows like nothing about cricket back then. And like she's proper into it. Like if there's games, she watches at home and things like that.
Okay, before we move on to the jumping section, just a few questions before we go there. Throughout your cricket journey with not only state but even Malaysia, what are the aspects of like this is lovely, you know, like this is really awesome, and also other aspects of like challenging gila.
Right.
Basically kenangan manis dengan kenangan pahit lah. Basically dia punya tu.
I think like the good times are for me, I guess like the good times when they're there, you don't really realize that's the thing, but you just think of the challenges, you know, like so when I'm not playing cricket anymore, when I think back about like great memories and stuff, I still think to that day, like, wow, I can't believe I put on the Malaysia jersey and went out into the field and hit a ball, caught a ball, and got to do all that. So it's like on Instagram or Facebook, if like a memory comes up from like 3 years ago, 4 years ago or something, or like debut game and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I still think like, whoa, like that's a great memory, like super sweet and everything. And like in that time, I was just thinking, wow, I can't believe that this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Or like this is what it is, and I did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like broke through and like sort of did that. But challenges wise, of course, there's like 100 more challenges than the good stuff. But at that time as well, challenges were, you just take them as a positive thing. And it's only going to make me better, and it's what I need to do to get into the team kind of thing. Like I need to, whether it's score more or do something more, work harder or stay later or come earlier or something. You just do that to get into the team.
Nice. Okay, so towards how? Awkward silence. How? From cricket to jumping.
Tak, before cricket tu, before kita jump to jumping. What position do you play in cricket time tu?
Yeah. Good.
Oh, I was a wicket keeper and opening batsman. I can bat anywhere in the lineup, but I was preferred in the opening position.
And you said 15 to 16 years of playing cricket in Malaysia kan? Besar ke sebenarnya the industry cricket ni sebenarnya? And do you guys go to play in like internationally, to you guys Malaysian cricket team pergi different countries to play, or macam mana actually?
Oh yeah, I mean in a year there'll definitely be at least minimum 2 overseas tours, whether it's a competition or whether we just get sent out there to play some friendly games, to play against better opposition, to like make ourselves better and things like that.
I see.
And the cricket community here in Malaysia is big.
Oh, it is, eh?
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Especially when I was during that time when I was playing like the last 15 to 16 years, it was big. There was there's Malaysia Cricket Association, but there was also cricket Melayu. I'm not sure what the full thing is called, but we had cricket Melayu, and that was a time where a lot of talented players were coming through these systems, because those guys had proper systems where they would get foreign coaches from cricketing nations to come and coach the schools, and then these boys used to pick that up. And I used to be one of them. I studied in Mars, but I used to go to VI for this training that Cricket Melayu had, and they had a coach there. So they did like VI, Penang Free, Bandar Penawar and Johor, things like that. They had a few schools under them. So a lot of these good cricketers were being produced in these schools.
Was it tough to be selected?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ramai lah basically orang.
Yeah, I would say even like, maybe to a certain extent, even the captain doesn't really walk into a team sometimes. Like selection process can be
strenuous.
Yeah, it can really be.
Contohnya also, sebab aku suka pasal cricket ni kan. Nak tahu pasal before we go to the jumping, I think kita ni episode ni panjang sikit kan kot. But then like football ke all this American football, dia punya team spirit tu sangat kuat lah. So you rasa the team spirit within the national
Cricket?
team tu
Yeah, man,
how do you feel?
It's something else. I mean, like, it's like a proper, like, I would say a proper like brotherhood kind of thing, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not in it now. I do miss it, like, and by miss it, the game, but of course like the guys, like after training, go for makan, like stay out late, talk about training, talk about the game, talk about how we can improve or what went bad, trying to help pick someone up, something like that. And I do miss that. Then that's like this brotherhood thing we have in the team. Or when I used to play it, when it was there, I'm not sure what it's like now, but it was big, man. Like, you just can't wait to, for me, like, finish work to get there, be with the guys, like, because the bond is there. Or it's not like, oh, I don't like certain people and now I have to go. Like, it's not like that. So when I was in the team back then, like, yeah, man, the bond was crazy. Like, it's not even like segregation of groups here, groups there, small group here, small group there. Like, hey, Harinder's here, or hey, Wafik's here, or hey, this guy's here. Like, everyone's just chilling together. You can go and talk to anybody. There's no such thing as, kita pergi makan lepas training, but we're not going to go and invite this guy. Don't tell him. Nothing like that. So, like, it was great, man. Like, it was, I feel so, like, whatever now.
Rindu lah.
But, like, it was awesome, man. Like, the bond and stuff you have with these guys is really, really, it was really, really strong.
What was your personal greatest achievement with the national team?
With the national, making my debut. Of course, I'll never forget that moment.
Okay.
Like I'll never forget it. It was in Johor. I remember everything, man. Like I
Okay.
could do another podcast about it. But
You want to write a book? Let me know.
He writes book.
Congrats, man.
Okay.
But I would say there was one of these games where we played against Hong Kong
Okay.
in Selangor Turf Club, and they came down for a WCL World Cricket League division tournament. So we had some warm-up games against them first, and in this particular game, I was a wicketkeeper, and I would say like the wicket-keeping slot in the Malaysian team is probably the most strenuous because there's like 3 or 4 really good keepers. Anybody can sort of get selected on that day, kind of thing. So I was given a chance by the then coach, Sampat Pereira, the Sri Lankan guy, and so I was keeping, and I don't know if you guys understand the cricket lingo, but
Okay.
I took some crazy like stumpings and catches behind the stumps,
Okay.
and took me by surprise as well. But
You didn't know that you could do it?
yeah, like oh
Okay.
my god, this just happened, like kind of thing. And it wasn't just like 1 or 2, man. It was like three
Okay.
or 4 like really good things that I did on that field that day. And the reason why I would say that's my best memory was because sometimes when you play a team sport, and no matter how good your bond is with the guys and how much they respect you or like you and vice versa, you still need to like prove
That you
belong.
worth
in the team.
it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you got some worth to bring to the team and stuff. So after that day, which was quite early on into when I was in this pool, I felt like wow, like okay, like you know, and then the respect becomes a bit different, and stuff. So when that happened to me, yeah, just like long story short, I just felt like oh, I belong here.
I
Like,
see.
I did this thing. I belong here. I'm a bit at ease. You know, I can play with a bit more comfort now, maybe.
Start. Dia baru sembang pasal cricket je. Boleh sembang pasal apa yang dia ada kat sebelah tu. Alright. Last question before we jump to jumping. Actually the age range main cricket ni umur berapa sebenarnya? Because you said you until 28. So actually can you continue after 28 ke? That's the perfect time to contohnya quit from the sport ke?
I mean, I stopped playing cricket, but of course, like if I wasn't concentrating on jumping now, I could probably give another 10 years into cricket. So even in
lama juga.
yeah,
dia
so
punya-
even in professional cricket, like the ex-Pakistan captain, he played until he was about 41 or 42. Yeah, and nowadays I think after Cristiano Ronaldo's done what he's done, I think it's become normal for athletes to like really
Keep going.
prolong their career and keep going. Yeah, so even nowadays, like in most national teams, you've got 34, 35, 36, you've got things like that.
So tak kisahlah.
Yeah, I think as long as you can keep performing and keep up with your fitness in cricket, it's not like football, they'll say like, oh, this guy's already 30, we can't sign him. They're not like that, yeah. In cricket, even in the big leagues, like the Indian leagues, Caribbean leagues, there's a guy like Kieran Pollard and most of these West Indian guys who are like the cricket players in the world, they're all above 35.
I see.
Yeah, and they're easily signing contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts to play in these leagues and stuff.
Didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So cool. Anything you want to add more, Carl, pasal cricket?
Still, but I can sense our guests here can't wait to share more about jumping.
Okay. Anything you want to add more about cricket before we jump to jumping?
Wow, I think this is the most I've talked about cricket after not being
Okay.
in the cricket team. But yeah, man, it just made me realize how much I miss it. And maybe, I don't know, I'm scared to get injured or else I might go play a friendly club game here and there on the weekends. But yeah, for now, I'll just keep it in the bank memory, not really go and physically play. And
So
think of
ada
that.
je lah some of your friends ajak you to play but you...
Oh yeah, like Club Aman and things like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Alright, so now we jump from cricket to jumping. What happened here? Why suddenly become jumper? Yeah. Why don't you share is like the starting? How did you suddenly?
okay. So I would say like I'm a fitness enthusiast. Like I take my
Okay.
fitness quite serious.
Okay.
I was definitely one of those guys in the team who really showed up with fitness and things like that. You know, like it wasn't something I never let anybody pick on that Harinder's lacking in the fitness thing.
Okay.
And so box jumping was something I actually did in my fitness routine. And
Apa dia terus pergi box jumping?
Yeah,
Box
so-
jumping. Okay,
yeah,
continue.
so A lot of athletes will do box jumping. So
Okay.
American football players, athletics runners, jumpers, and all these sort of
What?
people.
Sorry to cut you off. What is box jumping? People
okay.
are like,
So-
apa ni?
Box jumping is one of these plyometric exercises, and plyometric means basically like jumping around and moving like that. And you take a soft box. You take a soft box and you just jump on it basically. Yeah. So usually in the fitness regime, like you don't take a box that's very high, maybe just like chair height, and you just do like 10 or 12, 3 sets, just as a fitness thing, as an exercise thing. But there are guys in the world who take it more seriously, and then they push their limits and
They
do
jump.
it higher and higher and stuff. So most of the guys, like the guys before me, one of them was actually a NFL football player.
Okay.
Yeah, in America, and another guy was like a hockey player or something. So it's basically something that's just in your like fitness regime.
Okay.
And then you do it. And so it was in my fitness regime even while I was playing cricket. But I only incorporated it into my fitness workouts maybe like in the last 1 or 2 years. And then I say last 1 or 2 years because then COVID hit. Yeah. So once COVID hit, I was stuck at home. And
So lompat je lah.
yeah, so but I didn't have the plyo boxes at that time.
Okay.
So all I had was like couches and beds. So yeah, my mom wasn't very happy, but so it just started like that. I just went onto Instagram and was like home workout, and I saw a guy doing this box jumping thingy and all that. He had a proper box, but I was like, let me just try that. So I tried it with couches and beds and things like that, and then once COVID was over, well not over, the first round was over, then we had a second one, right? But after that first one, we were a bit more free and I could go outside and then go back to the school and stuff like that. I ordered plyo boxes on Shopee and delivered it to the school that I work in, kept it there.
Okay.
And that's when I started taking it a bit more seriously, because now I have the boxes and I can sort of go higher and things like that. So started building like a mini gym in the school that I work in, because they've got a massive like multi-purpose hall, and I took up like a small corner of it, made a gym, had plyo boxes and things like that there. And then when the lockdown finished and I had to go back to cricket, I was juggling all this. I was juggling teaching, cricket,
time
jumping.
to still cricket lah.
Yeah, even during the lockdown time and a bit after the lockdown time, I was still in the cricket team. And then the Malaysian long jump coach also got in touch with me during this time, and he was like, hey, look, you want to get involved? And we had a chat, and I was like, yeah, I really want to get involved. Like, if you can help me become a better jumper, that'd be great. And he was like, of course I can help you. He's a really nice guy. He like just took me and like an unknown sort of person in, and so I was juggling all these 3 things, and then I was just like, hey, let's go for a world record.
Wait. Tiba-tiba pula pergi world record. How did dia jumpa you? Macam mana dia jumpa you?
So
you viral ke apa ke?
So when I did I did a Malaysian box jump record first. I did the highest standing jump for Malaysian record. And then from there I got to be friends and recognized with like of course like the Malaysian community, but with like the Malaysian athletics community. Yeah, like these guys.
Dia siapa Mamat ni macam tu?
Oh yeah. So like Khairul Hafiz Jantan and these guys, like they and the coach is Firdaus Salim, or even the long jump guys like Andre Anua who also holds the record as well. Great guys, and Firdaus Salim got in touch with me on Instagram, and we were just like Instagram neutrals for maybe about a year and a bit.
Okay.
And then I did the single leg standing jump record, and then I think that's when maybe heads started turning, and they were like, "Ooh, okay, maybe this guy can jump.
Maybe this guy can be a national athlete lah."
But when I did the single leg one, COVID was still going. The second round came, so I couldn't join any sessions or anything like that. So the second round came, and then I was stuck at home, and that was quite a burden because I just did this jump, and I felt like on top of my game, so to say. Had to go back home, but what I did was I decided to stay in the school for a bit because of the lockdown, because the gym is there. So I stayed there for a bit to continue working out and continue doing my thing. Then we were free, and that's when I decided to do the seated box jump. Yeah. So after doing the seated box jump, then like how you say sometimes you got to prove to yourself, like, can I do this? Am I worth it? Or do I belong here, kind of thing. So when I did the seated one, because there was a lot of like impossibility factor to it, I'd say at the time, through what people would say to me and stuff like that. Sometimes it creeps into your head kind of thing.
Okay.
So when I did the seated one, then I sort of thought to myself like, oh shit, like, you know, I just proved to myself like I can do this and I can take it much further. So then I approached 𝙒𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍, the Malaysian long and triple jump coach, and said, hey, you know, like, if that offer is still up, like, I would love to train with you and things like that. And he was like, he basically said, what are you waiting for? Come and join us. And I was like, okay. So then ever since then, I've been training with him and taking it to another level. And I'm doing long jump more serious now.
So now, contohnya, now you're a Malaysian athlete long jumper.
I train with the Malaysian long jump team, but I haven't represented Malaysia yet in long jump. So,
dia on the way lah ni. Kira
on
ni.
the way, bro.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
InsyaAllah.
Okay.
God willing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dia laju sangat. Dia kata dia lompat sini. So basically, you said you had a Malaysian book record first.
First, yeah.
Okay, that one for which jump?
Oh, that is for a standing high jump.
Okay, normal standing
yeah.
high jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the box.
How can how? I'm sure maybe in COVID you were viral lah kot.
Yeah, my seated jump video went way more viral than the single leg one. That has like over 200,000 views.
Okay,
like that, yeah.
So how did you suddenly macam you call the Malaysian book? Come see me jump.
Oh, so
yeah.
like,
how did it happen?
So the way this thing happened was I was at home at my parents' place.
Okay.
At this one particular night. I mean, I stay on my own, but this one particular night, like before doing the records, I was at my parents' place having dinner, and then like I was telling them, oh, I'm taking this box jumping thing a bit serious. Like, you know, I started at this height, now I'm progressing, and I cannot believe where I am, kind of thing. Like, I'm really happy with my progress. And then as like a joke, like my parents were like, oh, you should break a world record. And yeah, and then I was like, let me just dig deeper into this thing and actually just do some like
research
digging, some research, and see like if these things sort of exist. And that's when like I went on Instagram and stuff like that, and like my eyes were open to like, wow, this box jumping community in the world is like huge.
Okay,
you know, it's massive, and like all these NBA players would definitely have it in their thing and all that, you know. So a lot of high profile athletes are actually doing it. And that's why when I started doing box jump, if one of these high profile guys do it, like Christopher Spell, he's crazy. You do a jump, tag him, he sees it, and he puts it up on his page, and he's like, whoa, check this guy out. Then it like just pushes things more and more. Yeah, so just doing the research and doing that digging, I was like, wow, these world records actually exist. There's a standing jump, there's a seated jump, one leg. There's even a kneeling box jump. So
kneeling, so you're on your knee,
on
then
their
you
knees,
jump.
and they get up into a box. It's crazy, and the box is like I think this high. So yeah, that's quite a few variations.
Lompat-lompat lah the record. So basically for Malaysian book record also got like this.
Yeah, so then I googled Malaysian Book of Records, and then I got in touch with them, and they said we can give you a date if you're ready. We can go now, or we can give you a date in a couple of months or something. And I just said I can do it. Let's do it in a month.
Are you breaking someone's record, or that record has never been published?
The one in the Malaysian one is I set it.
You set the
I
record.
set the thing,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, so then
bapak style tak pernah tahu. So I can just call Malaysia Book Record and I can say if I think I got that record has never been done before.
Oh, but they'll check if you I don't know what the right words are, but they'll check if you're like worthy to break it. So you gotta send them some like in my case it's a video. So like, you gotta send them some footage and that, hey, I do this really well, kind of well. So can I attempt? And then they have a process and then they'll get back to you. Right?
Oh, like do you have to like pay Malaysia?
No, you don't have to pay them to.
Oh, I don't know.
Dia kau dah pelanggan dah something kan?
Aku dah tengah aim lah. Mungkin something aku boleh aim kan. Apa-apa aku kan. Mana lah tahu. Tapi dia kata kena worthy. Kena record lah diri aku buat benda-benda yang worthy tu. But yeah, what made you to like call them actually?
I saw guys like as I mentioned, like Chris Bell and this 𝙒𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍 guys who are like super famous in the jump world and jump community. They rub shoulders with like Michael Jordan and LeBron James in America and stuff. And then I was just like, maybe I can do this. Like maybe I can try jumping like that. And also because like when I wanted to do it, there was some talks about like it's kind of impossible, kind of like not easy maybe or something. And then I wanted to be like, I can challenge myself to try and do this thing. You know what I mean? Like, so then that joke thing happened in my house because as I said, like, it's kind of like, oh, it can't be done sort of thing, or like it's not that it's too high, but it's just impossible or a challenge. And then it's like, as a joke, it's like, oh, maybe you should check the world record, like, you know what I mean? And then I did go and check on it, and then I saw what the marker was, and then I trained. Can I say my ass off?
Yeah, can.
I trained my ass off to work towards it, and then just did it kind of thing.
Maknanya kalau untuk yang bagi yang baik sikit, dia bekerja bertungku lumus lah. Itu translation dia dalam Melayu. So basically you train this record ni. So you nampak all this video lompat-lompat juga. There's a lot of like you lah. There are a lot of people out there like you, and you tengok video orang lain macam aku boleh lagi power ke? Macam mana?
No, not like that. It's just more like, I mean, when I do the research to view, it's also to like learn something from them. You know, see like how they jump or what kind of jumps they're doing, and then maybe learn about what their routines are in the gym or things like that and stuff. But not like, oh, I'm better than this guy.
Okay, talk to us about how you got the first record, then immediately subsequently the second record.
Yeah. So then I did the Malaysia record thing, had dinner at home, few jokes were cracked about world record. Then I got
before that, bila you Malaysian book record tu, diorang ada bagi apa-apa, just CJ je lah.
I got a certificate, and actually that also was a thing, because I just put on my Instagram that I'm going to attempt this box jumping thing
for Malaysian book record.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it at the school where I work. And like, cause the kids, you know, like it's just a cool thing, like
book record
with the kids and stuff,
Malaysian
right?
record, yeah.
So and the colleagues and stuff at work also, they're great, like 100% behind me and very supportive, and like super supportive. Okay, so some of them like behind my back kind of thing, they like called up like FM and these sort of things. So when I went to do this,
they call all these TV stations,
but
and all this.
I had no idea. So when I went to do this record, I got a random call on my phone, no number, and a part of me in my head was like, I better not pick this up. I don't want to get distracted with phone calls and in text messages, Instagram and all that. But then I was like, it's a no number. I'm curious, you know, like
true caller.
Yeah. So let me just check, right? So I pick it up, and then it's like, hi, is this Harinder? I'm like, yeah, Harinder speaking. They're like, we just parked at the school. We're from. And my heart just started beating so fast. I was like, what's going on?
So basically, like all these TV stations.
So they came to
your school.
Yeah.
And like you didn't know that these TV stations were outside.
No idea.
So suddenly these TV stations just called you.
Yeah.
And like they said, hey, we're from out, and then like we want to come.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
We're at the parking. Can you come and get us or send someone to come? And I'm like warming up, getting ready. Like I'm proper nervous, man. I'm like, part of me was thinking, why did I sign up for this, like kind of thing?
Right before you did.
Yeah, I think this was like half an hour before time supposed to happen. Because these Bukan records guys, they come and they're very like strict and proper and everything.
Okay.
So like you got about 35 minutes to whatever and all that stuff. And like, okay, I'm gonna go warm up and everything. Get these calls, and I've got to like run down to the car park and go and get these guys. And I'm so nervous and everything, right? Like proper like sweating already. And they're like taking out these big cameras and things. And I'm like, what is going on? I've never experienced this kind of thing before.
Okay.
And then thank goodness, like I managed to did the record and everything, right?
But at least attempt lah. They will, kalau tak dapat, they will be like, oh, good effort, right. But then they would want you to like,
that's not what you want.
Yeah. I know.
So then did the thing, and it just went on TV, went on this and that, and the radio called me the next day while I was driving to work at like 6 a.m, things like that. Things just really changed, like, you know what I mean? And then I thought to myself, like, oh God, I should take this a bit further. Like, you know what I mean? Because in cricket, like, I never experienced all these kind of stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And at that time, I hadn't broken a world record yet. This was just a Malaysian
book record.
So it's just like Malaysian community and stuff like. I mean, and you know how a Malaysian community is. If you do something as a Malaysian,
yang membanggakan,
we really get behind.
Yeah.
Man. So And that was my first time like really experiencing this love from like the Malaysian community.
So radio stations call you, TV stations came,
And,
like media socials were calling
like
you. So like you they call and ask what, like how do you feel when you break the record, like that lah.
Why did you want to break this record and things like that. So
So then you check, okay, I need to take this seriously.
yeah, then I was like, maybe I should take this a bit seriously because like I mentioned, like, you know, when I was doing the Malaysian record, like Voltra Pro and Fahmi got in touch with me before that.
Oh, before,
yeah. So he was just seeing what I was doing on Instagram. I was just jumping on boxes here and there.
Okay.
And then he supported me in a very generous way. And I was wearing his shirt during the Malaysian record as well.
Kasut tak lah?
No.
Ingat pakai kasut Voltra.
But then like after this thing, like all these opportunities that came my way, like sponsorship.
Yelah, people just want to be.
Like, you know, like, and it was so weird for me because it just never happened in cricket. And you just don't. If it don't happen, you don't think about it. You know what I mean? And then suddenly it just happens like this. Like within a week, it was like, do you want to be with us? Do you want to be with us? Do you want to do this with us? Do you want to collab with us? Do you want to whatever? Do you want to like just the other day? I mean, I'll announce it like in a few days' time. But like just the other day, there's this food page called Diet Your Way, and they want to give me food for the whole week.
Okay.
To sort of just eat, like kind of thing.
Okay.
And I just think to myself, like I would sit down and think to myself, like, damn, if I wasn't doing this jumping thing, like all this stuff wouldn't come my way, like kind of thing. And sometimes it can really hit your head like really hard, man. Like I just sit down at training sometimes, and when you sort of think about your journey, how far you come, like I look down at myself and I think to myself, like, I didn't buy anything I'm wearing right now. Like even like the boxes that I'm wearing during training, sometimes like, I didn't even like, you know, like. And then you just think to yourself, like, oh my God. And then these people support you in such a way. Like I said, man, like in Malaysia, when you do something, like you really get that support and it's full on everywhere. And you just feel like, I need to continue doing this.
That's good, man. So, because like this is your time to like, if you feel like, if you rasa macam, oh, you're being too cocky or just say it, because tak ada orang akan cakap like that. And I'm sure you feel very thankful for all the supporters out there.
Yeah, I definitely feel very, very grateful because like I said, if it wasn't for this like crazy love from Malaysia and like these people through everything, like whether they're just only watching me or only be able to provide something for me or anything like that, it's just like so crazy, and it makes you feel like I want to keep on going, I want to keep on doing. And then that's sort of how like I did the first world record.
Okay, now we go to the world record, Guinness World Record. And last time I go to the library, I always buka the book and everything.
I used to watch the TV show.
TV show. So basically, you're telling me if anyone buka a buku 2021 and 22, your name is inside there.
Yeah, and even the YouTube, they do a YouTube run through for the year.
So your footage also there lah. Okay, before we go to that world record, I want to ask about Malaysia punya community of jumping.
Okay.
Is it just you or ramai sebenarnya?
Box jumping or like jumpers in general?
Both.
Tak tahulah nak cakap macam mana. Jump start kereta pun boleh.
I would firmly say that, you know, no matter what sport that we have in Malaysia, like our athletes are really talented and really dedicated. And like I said, when I was playing cricket, like I never let anybody judge me negatively on my fitness and my work ethic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so in the cricket team, I felt quite up there with in that sense.
Okay.
Now when I joined the long jump, triple jump team with these guys, it's another level.
Okay.
Like these guys are another level, you know? They like properly live, eat, breathe, shit, you know, talk, sleep, dream about what they are doing, and jumping, like what they are doing, what they need to do, and it's just like that. Yeah. So our this jump community in Malaysia, like these guys, and it's not just the guys that are in the national team or things like that, but even when I go for like KL Open or Johor Open and stuff like that last year, you see these guys and they take it very seriously. Then you become friends with them, follow them, and get to know how they live and what they do. They're super serious with how they conduct themselves and live as jumpers. So they're like super talented. Everyone's fighting for just one or two spots here and there, but yeah, you know, they're very, very good. Like the jumping community here is very good. So like Andre Anua, he's already broken like the 8-meter mark as a long jumper. And as a long jumper, if you break the 8-meter mark, it's super, super world class. So Malaysia has that, you know what I mean? Triple jump, you know, we got Hakimi in triple jump. He holds the Malaysian record. he's also he's won the SEA Games gold like 3-4 times in a row.
Oh.
So he's really up there. So yeah, the jumpers in Malaysia are like not to be messed with. Like
Okay,
they
but
hold a very powerful stature.
Box jumping?
Box jumping, I would say that maybe I sort of like pioneered it here.
Okay, that's good.
Because when I did the Malaysian record and the single leg jump record, I was just using boxes that I had bought from Shopee. And but these boxes weren't lasting so long. So I actually went through a process where I made my own plyo boxes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I ordered the foam, ordered the cloth, it's got the zipper, zipped out, all that sort of stuff, like sort of thing. And then after that, this company that I'm with now called 𝙒𝙊𝙍𝙇𝙊𝙍, they saw, and they sponsored a few guys in the cricket team, and me as well at cricket during that time. And they were just like, hey, why don't we give you some boxes? And I was like, oh, okay. And then from boxes, it just became a lot of other athletic equipment like hurdles and all this sort of stuff, like kind of thing. So then when I did the seated jump, the boxes that I used are theirs.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's another thing that was like, when I started this thing, I just bought nice, colorful boxes of Shopee. You know, I was like, oh, one's red, one's black, one's blue, one's green. Let's just get the whole set. And then, like, as you progress and move along, then these things come your way, and then you want to show gratitude to these people. So that's from the first one. Then that's how I moved like, also along to the second one. And
Wow. Banyak ni. Okay, now let's talk about the world record. How did first with the 2021 first, and then we talk about the 2022. So how did you contact them also ke, like how Malaysia book record ke? Yeah, how did it happen?
I went onto the website, made an account, and then sent them an email saying I want to attempt a single leg box jump record. And then again, you have to show them proof that you can actually maybe even attempt it and break it. And at that time, it was held by an American football player.
Okay.
And
he wasn't happy about it.
yeah, I don't think so thrilled. But the thing, the memory that I really have stuck in my head during that time was not to say that I had a lot of negative people around me and things like that.
Okay.
But it's just that if you see that guy and if you saw me during that time,
Okay.
you would think I had no chance. Like, you know, that physicality wise,
Oh.
you know, you would think like, how do I tell Harinder like he shouldn't? You know what I mean? Like just by looking at who that guy is, what he does, and everything.
So he's a elite player, like
yeah,
elite,
he's an elite football player, like
American football.
who's like been in the Super Bowl and things like that.
Huh?
Like kind of, yeah,
Oh,
so, like proper like
what's his name?
NFL. I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay. So you, what was the for 2021, right? It's
2021. Single leg, yeah.
Single leg.
Yeah.
But for book record, it was different.
For Malaysian book record,
Yeah.
Malaysian book record was just 2 legs standing on the box.
Okay, so why didn't you go for 2 leg standing also? Why you went for single leg?
Because the 2 leg standing at that
World
time
record?
was broken by Christopher Spell,
Okay.
and he broke it like a week ago. Like I saw him break it, and I was like, wow, I want to do a world record too. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
And then research. So when someone first breaks it, they don't let you break it until I think like they only give you a 3-month window. Or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, I mean, and Chris Spell, like, he's a really good friend of mine as well. He's a really nice guy. So not to say that I didn't want to do that to him or anything like that, but I just thought like, hey, look, he's done that. Let me try and do something else and have a hype on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so that's the story behind it.
Yeah, so
okay.
Then I had when I contacted them, they said, yeah, sure, we'll give you the green light. They only got back to me after like 2 months though. Then they said, when do you want to do it and all that kind of stuff. So realistically, I needed about 6 to 7 months to train for it. And then I set the date with them, and then they get in touch with the Malaysian book guys here. Then they come over, officiate. You got to fill some forms and that sort of thing.
Ni negara mana yang handle world record ni?
UK.
Oh, UK.
Yeah.
Oh, I also never know actually. UK,
Yeah.
So they got team in Malaysia, or they flew here?
Oh no, they'll get in touch with the Malaysian Book of Records office.
Okay.
Then they get those guys to come and view, and then I have to have like 2 separate what do they call it? 2 separate people to say, yes, I was there to see it, and it actually happened. Witness.
Saksi, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to have 2 of those, and then things like that, and all that.
Okay. Wow. So that one buat dekat sekolah jugalah.
I did all of them at the school.
Mas lah.
Yeah, Mars. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So at that time, I'm sure you had audience as well.
Yeah, that time, COVID time, I had close family and colleagues.
Oh, COVID
Yeah.
time.
But we can drive out, but there was no kids and stuff at that
Okay.
time. Yeah.
So was it less intimidating ke time tu? Although it's world record, but it was your like second time doing it or first time also. How do you feel?
I think because it was the first world record, I was glad that there was nobody there, maybe, like kind of thing as well. Because I was already feeling like the pressure and things like. Because when you put it out there that you're going to break a world record, then in the jumping community in the world, like they're waiting,
okay.
they know about it and they're like, will it happen? Will it happen? Because I'm not the only one that's doing it.
Okay.
There's a lot of people who are trying and stuff.
Oh, so contohnya this standing one leg jump ni,
Oh yeah.
you're not the only one.
not
Ada
the-
a lot of people in different other countries
A lot,
all.
yeah. But the single leg standing one, I still hold it. But every time someone wants to attempt it,
So you'll be
I'll
like,
get an email.
Oh.
Yeah. So then they'll ask you, do you want to challenge it or do you just want to let them do and see how it goes?
Oh, that's nice.
So challenge means then I'll have to go first. I go first and see if I can break my own and then set the new one and then other people do it, or they just let other people go ahead and do it. But I'm just like, they can go ahead because I'm focusing on the long jump thing now anyway. So.
Oh, so it's for now the single leg and also the box kan, the
Seated.
seated box.
Yeah.
So no one broke that
No,
record
yeah,
yet, huh?
yeah.
But a lot, got anyone try?
There are people attempting, yeah.
Attempting ke attempted?
They have attempted already but not successful.
Successful.
Oh, in this country, no.
In Malaysia, I don't think so.
Which country?
I know South Africa, UK, America. Yeah, these three mainly.
Oh, so memang diorang nak macam India here. Oh, we need to beat this Malaysian person.
Yeah, so
huh?
they'll know about it. They'll know.
Yeah,
about
which is
it.
Malaysian this guy.
Malaysian kid with Indian jeans and little calves. You know, like.
On behalf of Better Call Sukan, we thank you for putting Malaysia on the map. Then
no, honestly.
yeah. Wow, how does it feel actually to actually putting the country?
I didn't.
map,
I
yeah.
didn't think that was what I was doing at that time.
Yeah.
I was just trying to. I was just trying to progress as an athlete at that time. You know what I mean? Then yes, all these things started coming. Team Malaysia Instagram page, all these things would started following me.
Okay.
And like even like you know,
Menteri
elite
Belia
athletes.
Sukan confirm follow
Yeah,
you.
like
Okay.
you know, like things like that. You know, like whether it's politicians or athletes here in Malaysia as well, recognizing what you do, following you, sending you a little message and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, like guys, like Joe Flizzo followed me on Instagram.
Wow.
And I was like,
Evo.
what?
Okay.
I was like, what? So like even that kind of thing, you know. And so I didn't know that was what I was doing. But then when I did the seated jump, then yeah, I made it more of a thing to be like, it was more of a conscious thing in my brain. Like, hey, you better, if you've already announced that you're doing it, you better do it because like the Malaysian people that follow you and the Malaysian people that are sort of whatever are sort of counting on you to break it and supporting you to break it. So yeah, that's when I was like, oh, I got like Malaysia behind me now. Like, you know,
Okay.
kind of thing. Let's do it. Like,
So standing jump one leg, you beat the American football player.
yeah.
Okay, so now the box one.
The seated one?
The seated box one.
The seated box jump, it was a Canadian guy, I think.
Okay,
And
so
he was playing, he was in like ice hockey or something like that.
Okay, so you were going to beat his
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
So why you wanted that instead?
Seated jump is my personal favorite style of box jumping.
Oh, but why it took it so long to be the one that you wanted to beat?
Because it's my favorite style of jumping because it's one of the hardest.
Oh.
So it took me a while to sort of train for that. Because like the single leg one, I think I was good at that at the time because during COVID when I was stuck at home, all I was doing was legs. Just a lot of like HIIT workout with just squats and burpees and little jumping stuff, skipping and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So I think unknowingly during COVID, I was like really building up my lower half,
Okay.
like legs workouts and stuff like that.
So do share with us like the 2022 punya seated box,
Experience.
experience.
So
In the school as well?
in the school as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they've really supported me and stuff. So the seated one, as I said, like with the support and like the nice stuff that comes with the support comes with a bit of pressure to like perform and things like that.
Okay.
So like I said, this 𝙒𝙊𝙍𝙃 provided me with boxes and a lot of athletic equipment for training and things like that. Or My Protein, I'm with My Protein, so my recovery with them is obviously top notch and everything. I've done, when I wanted to do the seated record, Under Armour got in touch with me to get me on a collab to say, hey, let's do a video of your journey thingy and all that. Just after the single leg, moving on to the seated, they got in touch with me and said, let's do that. They gave me a lot of clothes and shoes and stuff and said, hey, here's some support for your next world record, like go for it and stuff like that. So then I thought to myself, like, I'm getting a lot of support equipment-wise and nutrition-wise and clothes and shoes. Let me repay the faith by doing another world record and having these guys on the map thingy with me. So when I did the seated world record, I made it a point to have these sponsors in the video there and mention them in my caption to make sure that, of course, I'm grateful for the support, and then to make sure that like people know that I'm not doing this by myself. It's impossible. You know what I mean? Like 100% not doing this by myself. And to just give back some faith and tell them how grateful I am and stuff to break it. So yeah, but it does come with that little pressure, like, oh, they're supporting me, I have to give them something back. And I need to train as hard as I can and be very dedicated and put the ice cream and the brownies and the roti canais and the nasi lemak aside and go
So
for
basically the reason, also one of the reason is you got the first world record. So then all this support came.
All the support came.
So you were like, okay, how do I repay them? By having the second world record.
I have to keep pushing myself.
So after the second world record, then more other support came. How do you want to repay? Is there going to be a third world record then?
I don't want to be the kind of guy that just... I mean, I would say the world records that I have are quite up there in the jump community. People want these records. People want them. You know what I mean? They want these records. But I don't want to just simply go for something and just like sort of simply have a 3-time, 4-time, 5-time world record holder like kind of thing. That's not really what I want. But because I got into the long jump training thing now with the national coach, I've been taking that very seriously. And I'm seeing a lot of good progress in that with the coach and stuff. I'm hitting PBs, personal best consistently in like KL Open, Johor Open and here and there. So it's definitely on my mind. I do think to myself, what's the next record I want to go for and stuff. So there is a record that I'm planning to go for probably by the end of this year. Okay. I'm getting married, so
tanya.
I have to...
That's a good record.
I have to do my world record after that because my fiance knows how dedicated I am to the wedding planning. Okay. So it's a longest double hurdle jump. So I've got to jump over 2 hurdles, and it's a level 4, so it's about 1 meter high. Each of them about 1.1 meter high, and it's 3 meters apart.
Oh.
Yeah. Oosh. So I have to...
That one world?
World, yeah.
Oosh.
Yeah, so it's 3 meters apart. I'm going to try to push it to 3.2 if I can.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Like, sebab this Guinness World Record ni, you just get recognition je kan? Tak dapat duit ke apa ke?
No. I mean, but then again, like I said, man, like with the recognition and the support,
then you get money comes in. Okay, that's good. You get all this support for. Yeah. Why? Okay, now you focus on athletics, right?
Yeah.
Why long jump? Why not high jump ke? Jump apa lagi ya? How many jumps there are in
long jump, high jump? I think that's it.
Hurdle?
Triple jump. That's triple jump. Hurdles is the sprint.
Oh, hurdle bukan. Okay.
Yeah. So
the one that naik.
Oh, pole vault.
No,
definitely not pole vault. That's too difficult. But
yeah. So why that?
Why long jump? Because honestly speaking, it's really, really down to the faith and support that the long jump coach Firdaus has in me. He is the one that, I mean, not to say that people should come and contact me, but he contacted me just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Followed me, sent me a message, congratulations.
He was the first to betul-betul give you hope.
And then I saw what he was doing, and then when I did the first world record, then like I said, heads turned a bit, and then he was like, hey, maybe I can make you a better jumper. Then when I did the second one, it was a year apart. I sort of didn't really entertain that yet. But after the seated one, then I got in touch with him. I went to him and I said, hey, that offer's still on the table. Like, I would love to challenge myself with something different, again, and just push the long jump thing. So that's why I got into long jump. And He's a great coach. I'm really seeing progress in it, and that progress is very exciting. It makes me very happy. And just doing something new and challenging my already 30-year-old body to sort of move and whatever in different ways, he gets me very excited.
So ke long jump for now, and in the future long jump and high jump? Ke cannot? This thing cannot campur.
I think you can. You can do as many categories as you want. I'll never let go of the box jump thing. Because even in Malaysia, just a couple of weeks ago in Wanutama, they had a high jump competition.
At this point of recording.
Yeah, and the organizer of that high jump event contacted me and said, "Hey, you sort of started this box jump thing rolling here in Malaysia. Why don't we after the high jump competition, let's do a box jump competition as well?"
Okay, so in planning to do a box jump competition now lah.
So that was done a couple of weeks ago. So I was thinking, we were in talks. So how about now we continue doing that and every year make it a thing, get people interested, get the Malaysian community into box jumping as well and stuff.
Okay, kejap box jumping ni, you sit on the box and you jump on the box.
Oh no, you can stand and jump on the box.
So basically you just jump on a box.
Just jump onto the box, yeah. And there's different categories. So seated box jump, single leg box jump.
So the box is measured from atas sampai bawah lah, right?
Yeah, you measure it.
Okay. There's no jump on the table, tak ada lah.
I mean, if you want to piss your mom off, go ahead.
Like contohnya kat dalam studio ni, I know, I'm just saying this the table here. So if there's a box this high lah, that table high, and then you need to jump.
Yeah, you can jump on it.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the record that you jump actually? Can you just show us the ketinggian?
With your hand.
With your hand. We see mana is it?
The height of the light.
The height of light,
Yeah.
So 1.6.
It was 155. One is 155. One is 154.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay
Yeah,
lah.
152.
Pendek sikit aku je. So basically, that was seated.
Seated was 152.
Seated is one. So you sit down.
My seated world record is higher than my single leg standing.
Oh, so you sit down and then both legs go up.
Both legs jump onto the platform. So you literally sit here like this, and there's a platform in front of you, and you jump onto the platform.
Oh, and you're a world record holder.
Yeah, that's why I brought the cert. I knew some people would not believe it.
Oh, gila lah, power lah.
Thanks. Man.
Wow. So, and also kita tak sembang, dia sebenarnya cikgu matematik ke tau. Right, you're a math teacher, right? What can you not do?
Geography.
Okay, so basically how long have you been a teacher actually?
About 6 years, 6 to 7 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Math only?
Maths only, yeah.
Not physical education or...
I do run the co-curricular CCAs in the school as well, but maths is the main thing.
Okay, so now, you want to ask anything?
I'm just amazed.
Okay, so what's next? Other than the third world record, are you aim for some wakil negara for a certain event ke apa ke? Yeah.
What's next for your story?
Yeah, for your story.
Besides attempting a third world record, because of what I'm seeing in this long jump journey of mine so far, I've only been doing it for almost exactly a year now. I want to push myself to be a really good long jumper. So, if I obviously representing Malaysia is there for me. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to sort of get into like SEA Games, Asian Games, like.
Tu semua belum lagi lah.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
boleh nampak tak?
Sky's the limit for me. So I'm sort of putting myself into this athletics cycle for 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
And hopefully I can make it into the 2028 Olympic cycle.
Oh, let's go.
So that's my program and my plan for this 4 to 5 years time.
Let's go.
Is to, by the end of it, be in the Olympics. And I don't know if I'll be sick of being a sportsman by that time. If I'm not, then after that, I'll probably do like Veterans League athletics and keep just doing that stuff. Because that's what these guys do. There's like 45-year-olds breaking 60-meter sprint records and things like that. So as long as the recovery is good and you maintain yourself, you can.
Ada age gap ke for this national athletes for jumping ke selagi you boleh lompat
as long as you can perform, the coach is happy to have you under his wing.
So now only baru you start to go in this.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Is it tough to enter and the training drill for long jump and everything?
Bro, to be honest, when I first started doing it, even sometimes now when I'm doing the drills with these guys, like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so like uncoordinated, and it's just a whole different world. Like we watch it on TV, like, oh, run, jump, or oh, sprint as fast as you can, hit the finish line. But when you get into it and you got like
The details.
Yeah, the details. Like I'm really like breaking my body down and starting from scratch into moving it a certain way. My coach a few months ago told me, you don't even know how to run.
Yeah, because the long jump dia kena lari, and then you have to lompat before that line.
And the run is that sprint up to the board is more important than the takeoff itself.
Yeah.
And from being a stationary jumper to now having to run,
yeah.
and my coach is just like, you don't know how to run. We need to really teach you. So he really taught me from standing still and doing high knee drills and things like that, just from the start to then jogging to sprinting to moving. It really just breaking it down and sort of starting again. So yeah, that's what it's been like. So keeping up with the guys is obviously difficult, but I know that I try my best, and I also know that I do push these guys a bit, because like I said, like I'll never let my work ethic and my standard as an athlete sort of drop.
Yeah,
If I'm really trying to push this thing, then I'll try to go 100%.
Because cara dia masuk is like, you know, contohnya like I don't know, national athletes, their way is like masuk sports school, and then after that
exactly.
then suddenly tiba-tiba diorang dah all this, ada mamat world record ni suddenly
Just
come
walked in, right?
walk in
and I felt that, you know, I did feel that at the time, but I gotta say, man, like these guys who I'm training with in this team, there's about like 7-8 of us and the coach and stuff, or even the people I'm not training with, like, because sometimes the sprinters and the hurdlers, the pole vaulters are also training here at MSN, you know, like everybody is just so nice. And on top of being nice, everybody is just so helpful, because I do struggle with the drills. So I gotta ask. And when I ask, it's like full-on tutoring, no holding back. They really take their time to explain to me. Or even not even asking, they see me doing something wrong.
Salah sikit, they can tolong lah.
Actually, you shouldn't lift your leg like that. Or when you land, you shouldn't land like that. You need to do. So it's like, even though I'm just this random guy that walked in here kind of thing, I've never been felt or never treated like an outsider, or you don't belong here, or what you do is not up to the mark, or anything like that.
That's good.
If anything, these guys are like really excited to have me, and as I said, man, really helpful, really nice people. The guys, the girls, the coaches, the staff, like touch wood, like really, really
supportive,
good environment.
Like you said, that's the 2028 Olympic. That's the aim.
Yeah.
The stars in the sky, which yang boleh dapat. The closest, any open games is coming up.
There is SEA Games next year. There is Commonwealth Games in 2026.
Yeah.
There's Asian Games also, I think, in 2026.
So yang tu boleh masuk lah. Ke too late?
If I hit the nothing's too late. If I hit the qualifying mark, then there's no question as to why I shouldn't go. Yeah, so got to hit the qualifying mark, got to be the best of the best, and then you can get what you want, I guess.
I see.
Nice. Style.
Anything want to add?
I think you covered it mostly.
Okay, I just want to ask one more thing. Being a teacher, to deal with every day, how do you balance it out? Now, because you said you pergi MSN, and then so now you just jump and then you teach. Is there anything more? Cricket no more already, right?
Yeah, I'm not juggling the cricket thing anymore.
Yeah, so how do you balance it out? Being a teacher, kena pergi sekolah every day, and then need to go MSN.
You know how, like, even I mentioned earlier, like sometimes you don't think about it until you really have to look back and think. So when people ask me this question, like I sit down on my own sometimes to really look what I'm doing and stuff like that. And when I think about this juggling school thingy, like I look back and just think to myself that I have to work. I have to earn money, but I really, really